Welcome back to Guna Pavilion, and we are reacting to the 1-0 defeat by Arsenal to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League semi-final at the Emirates. A minute goal by Ousmane Dembélé was all that was needed for the night. Arsenal started shakingly, missed key chances, and now faces a massive task in Paris to turn this around. Is the tie over? Not by a long shot. So let's break it down. 3 minutes, that's all it took for Paris Saint-Germain to get into the lead. Dembele at the edge of the box, one swipe hits the corner of the post and goes in. Lost in concentration, Emirates was silent. We look rattled for 15 to 20 minutes. But then we settled because PSG absolutely burst the tempo during that time. Then we started getting on the ball, we started building confidence, we started seeing flashes from Martinelli. Saka went close. We also had a goal ruled out for offside by Marino. Very painful. I think that early goal was a punch to the gut, and that really set the tone. Now, what does 1-0 defeat in the home leg mean in the Champions League? I mean, we had chances. Let's not pretend about it. Is it fatal? No, it's not. I think for me, Doramo, he was absolutely immense. This keeper made 5 saves in the game. 5 saves. And it's always unfortunate for Arsenal because we seem to have keepers that are absolutely on their day, just having some of the best performance. It was the same thing with Thibaut Courtois. The only difference was that we had scored those two amazing free kick goals. And Paris Saint-Germain were very careful not to create free kicks at the edge of the box. So we didn't have that opportunity to strike from there. But it's not fatal, guys. I don't think that the 1-0 goal is fatal. What does it mean for us? I mean, we go to Paris with everything to play for. I mean, the away goal rule doesn't exist anymore, but all we need is a clean performance. We need to score. We need a minimum of 2 goals, maybe 3 if we consider goal. But this is where the balance between attacking with purpose and defending with everything. We have to start this game knowing fully well that this has to be the best 90 minutes of our season. And we've shown this season that we are capable in 90 minutes to produce our best football. Think about the game against Crystal Palace, the game against Man City. We did all of that with lots of players missing. So this Arsenal team is capable of going away from home and creating a result, producing a result. And that's exactly what is going to be needed in this game. Now, can Arsenal turn this around? That is the question. Listen, Arsenal can turn this around. I think history suggests that this is absolutely possible. Remember Roma versus Barca, Liverpool versus Barcelona, and even quite recently, Real Madrid versus City. Time and time again, teams have shown that you can take a deficit into the second leg. And if you're intentional, if you're clinical, you can actually turn the tie around. Going to Paris Saint-Germain is our chance to flip the script and to come out with a winning performance. Because, guys, this is our season right now. We've got nothing else to play for. We've got to put everything that we need in that game. This is war. We've got to die there on the pitch and give absolutely everything, 120% to be able to get past Paris Saint-Germain. They're going to have their home crowd behind them, and so we cannot afford an early setback. That is not an option at all. For me, when I think about the first leg, what potentially needs to change, like I've said, we need to start sharper. No early goals conceded, period. We need to bust the midfield. That's the second thing. We need to bust the midfield. Partey coming in there, partnering with Rice, I think is a much better balance for us than Merino. There were lots of times Merino and Rice were all over the place, running into each other's lane. It takes practice and discipline to play in the system that Arteta wants. And a lot of times we created a massive hole in that middle of the pitch. And Vitinha was having his way with us. Absolutely, he was. Dembele came into the middle, saw that the one time we had a lapse in concentration, he got that ball and it was almost a carbon copy of the goal that was scored against Liverpool. And Rice got attracted to the ball instead of marking his man. And that allowed Dembele to score the goal. We cannot afford that. Then our front three needs to convert. We can't afford to have 15 shots with no finish. We just can't afford that. And defensively, we need to be strong. I don't think that defensively we've been really, really bad in the Champions League, but I think we've got to give them nothing. Hakimi and Dembele cannot get into the pockets of space that they had in the first leg. We are capable to turn this around. I absolutely believe that. We're disappointed. Absolutely. Are we defeated? Not even close. This is Arsenal. We're one goal down, but one game from being in the Champions League final. It puts context into everything. They got one. Let's give them three. I know a lot of people will be thinking I wasn't going to make a reaction to the Arsenal game. I see your ID. But of course, I react. I am going to talk about Arsenal, but again, coming from a perspective that, listen, the tie is not over. A 1-0 defeat is not anywhere close to fatality. I think that Arsenal can do it. We've shown that we can, and this is the game of the season. Nothing else matters. So let's keep the faith. Let's travel with noise and turn that stadium into a fortress and help the Arsenal get over the line. Now, I want to say thank you for all of you who've watched this. And if you've enjoyed this reaction, please hit that like and subscribe button. Put it in the comment section as well. And remember, you come here for the Arsenal, you stay for the family. We can do this. I'll see you in Paris and be here to react after that game next week.